Right.
All right, hello everyone. Today is October 6th, 2020. Another edition of the Marvin Bennett Jr. Show. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for another opportunity of prayer. We thank you, God, Father, for waking us up this morning. We thank you, God, for just using us in the way that you did today. We ask you, God, that let this show be healing, let it be informational to those that are people that are going through the same situation. We ask you, God, that you bless this edition. We ask you, God, that you bless the participants as well as the viewers. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Hello, everyone. Like I said, it's another edition of the Marvin Bennett Show. I'm excited about tonight's show. Before I get into tonight's show, I wanted to give a special shout out and condolences to Bishop J. Delano Ellis family, as well as the Joint College of Bishops, and the people that that were impacted by his life. We lost a great giant in the spiritual world this previous week, and in the world of rock and roll, we lost today the great Eddie Van Halen. So rest in peace to him, as well as his family. His prayers and thoughts are with them. Having said that, I'm excited about tonight's show because when I said I wanted to start this show, one of the main things that I wanted to do was have a platform and a format for the people like us that aren't necessarily celebrities to have a platform where they could put their voice out there and be heard, because we are the ones that matter. So, as usual tonight, definitely, guys, once you add your comments, word of encouragement, you have any questions, anybody on the panel or myself, feel free to leave those in the comments as well. And, hit that share button. Share this with all your friends on your timeline. Because tonight's show is titled Life After Doing Time. And that's what we're going to kind of get into tonight. We all have, if we all haven't been impacted by incarceration personally, it's like these days in time, it's sad to say, but if we haven't been impacted by it personally, we all know someone who has. So I kind of wanted to have this show tonight. I have a few people on that could speak a little bit more about that, and we're going to talk about the transitions of re-entering society, difficult to doing time, and then different things that we're going to wrap it up the show with, things that we could do to help, people that's been through that, help combat it and stay positive once they get out, stay out and become a positive member of society. With that being said, I want to introduce my guest right now. This is my cousin, my blood cousin. Is not no play cousin. You know what I'm saying? This is my fam right here, my cousin Calvin. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you introduce yourself to the people and tell them a little bit about yourself?
My name is Calvin, but people call me Cal. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I just finished serving 18 years in prison, and I served another 3.5 years in prison, which came up to a total of 21 years. I feel that this is a great opportunity to speak about the things that goes on as far as jail and the things that happen when a person comes back out to society. And one of the things that people look for when they come back out to society is that support, family support, friend support. Without having that type of foundation and support, a person runs wild. You don't know, his mind is not set on one particular thing. His mind is running on different things, and trying to do different things just to try to make it. And I felt in those type of situations when I came home, because during that time, I did that time by myself, cuz. I did that time by myself. Yeah. And in the process, on this side of the family, I knew I had that side of the family, but this side of the family, I lost 14 family members in the process of it.
Wow. During the 21 years that you was incarcerated, you lost 14 members in the family?
Yeah, 14 members. Nobody let me know. Nobody told me that these 14 family members was, passed away. You know, I did find out that my father passed away while I was locked up. Because the family reached out to me. You know, people look for things. People make mistakes in life. People make mistakes in life.
Absolutely.
But one of the greatest things that I feel that people fail to realize is that how can we ask people to forgive other people, or we want people to forgive other people, but we're not willing to forgive them ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, and God forgives all sins. God forgives all sins.
Yeah.
If He can forgive whatever mistake that a person does in life, then it should be you also forgiving too.
Absolutely.
Being merciful. So I say that, not having that support when I came home, it was a struggle for me. When I crossed the street, I was afraid to cross the street because I was traumatized as far as being in jail all that time, being caged up. I accept the responsibilities of my actions because I'm a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't boo-wooing, I ain't got my family. No, I accept my consequences because I say, I got to do this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that in order for me to do this time, that I had to better myself. So while I was in there, an old timer once set me down and he told me, he said, "Young blood, don't come in here wasting your time. Take this time and utilize this time." And that's what I did. I utilized the time that when I was in there, I picked up different type of trades. I picked up HVAC, solar energy installment, everything that I would need to better myself when I got back out into society.
Gotcha.
Because I knew and understand that, going back out there, everybody that ever been back out there says the same thing in jail. It's not easy out there. It's not easy out there. It's not easy out there. You be scared when you first come home because you don't know how the situation. You don't know how the situation gonna be. I came home.
What you're saying is that I don't know if that's what you mean, but I remember the movie Shawshank Redemption. It was a scene where I think his name was Books, the older guy that used to handle the books and all that. When he got out, it was like when he went in, it was people were still horseback. When he get out, his cars and everything else, and it was like it just dramatized him.
Yes.
So is that like a real thing?
Yes, that is a real thing. Yes,
Gotcha.
that is. To me, it's a real thing because I experience it. You know what I'm saying? People walking up on me, because jail put you in a different type of mindset because it's a small environment. You know what I'm saying?
A small, controlled environment.
And you dealing with multiple different personalities. You don't know how the person gonna be when he come out of his cell. So you have to think for the person that's next to you as well as for yourself.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when I came out here, it was a whole different world for me. I'm walking down the street, I would turn around fast and people would look at me like, "Yo, why is he?" No, it's not on a paranoid stuff. It's just that jail program you to a point where it's like a cat in the corner. It's scared.
Yeah.
And people look at you when you come home like you're supposed to be like everything is okadori, but it's not, because the person who sits behind them walls for a certain amount of time, no matter how much time it is. Time is time.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit in a cage, when you sit behind them, caged up, going to the box, solitary, meaning when I say the box, solitary confinement. I was in solitary confinement for 2 years, and all I had was myself.
Yeah. Like, while you there, talk about that for me. Like, psychologically, how hard is it for you to adjust yourself to say, okay, because like from my understanding, if you're in solitary, that means you have no interaction with anybody else. You lock down 23 hours a day, 1 hour of free time.
Yes. And see, I was locked up in 2 states. I was locked up New York as well as in Jersey.
Okay.
And Jersey is a little bit different from New York. Jersey, you 23-1. You know, if you don't got no program, you 24.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, that's how it is.
Just straight solitary confinement.
No, not solitary. That's just general population in Jersey. And when I say
period. Gotcha.
Period, because when I say you do get rec, you got because the state that you must have an hour mandatory rec. You must have an hour mandatory rec. But besides that, you ain't getting no rec like New York rec. You know what I'm saying? In New York, you going for like 3 hours, 6 hours to the yard. You know what I'm saying? That's in
even while you're in solitary.
No, hell no, absolutely not, absolutely.
So they
not.
really strict about the solitary.
Yes,
23-1.
No, yeah, facts. And you in that cell by yourself, and when you in that cell by yourself and you confined, you all to yourself, and you have to come to who you truly are.
Yeah.
And this is where people really, either you're going to be a strong-minded person or you're going to be a weak-minded person. Everybody don't make it in solitary confinement. When I mean that everybody doesn't make it in the solitary confinement, some people commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the reason why some people commit suicide because their mind is not built for that.
Yeah.
You know, you could work out all day, but when you sitting in there all alone, so many things is running. Why did I do this? I could have did this differently. I wish I would have went to college. I wish I was with my girl. I wish I was with my moms. All these things is running through you. Why I ain't get no mail a day? Nobody love me. These are thoughts that run through people's head when they don't have that type of support inside prison. You know what I'm saying? And when you in solitary confinement, fortunately, I came from a strong bloodline.
No doubt.
I came from a strong bloodline.
That I can definitely verify.
I came from a very strong bloodline. So it's like my mind in God made me strong to overcome my endeavors of just being in solitary confinement. But truthfully, I got to know myself.
Yeah. And would you say that and I think that's one of the problems with that there, because for one, it's unhumanistic for anybody to be in one particular area, small confinement for 23 hours a day and just free for one. That's absolutely absurd. That is not to me that goes against human rights. Facts. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? But when you think about that, there it's like it's dangerous for themselves because all you have is time to think. And that's what makes it dangerous, because it's only you that's inside of your head. So you're facing all your demons, you're facing all your goodness, you're facing you have nothing but time. So all you have to do is reevaluate every mistake you ever made, second guess every decision, every question you ever answered. I mean, I would imagine that's like a torment of hell in itself.
Yeah. It's like you fighting with two people. My man, right? He used to write raps in jail, and one of the songs that he made, it was called "You at War with Yourself." Your at normal side got beef with your normal side. So you fighting, and how he breaks it down, he's saying your repulse is fighting with your anger. So you trying to hold back from different things, your emotions and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it made because it could be suffering at times too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I said, sitting there by yourself. Even when you come out to general population, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to deal with the police. In New York, one of the things people don't understand that the things that go on in the prison system is not what it perceived to be when they put it out on the news.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put it out on the news. They put it out on the news that, oh, these inmates in here is wilding out. They doing this and doing that. But they're not telling you what the police is doing to start that problem.
Yup.
You know what I'm
Speak
saying?
on it, man. That's
factual. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not telling you how police is, being very disrespectful and treating people inhumane. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because a person is incarcerated, they feel you're supposed to be treated real less. I'm still a human being. I made a mistake.
Yeah. And one of the things that we talked about on previous shows was how, the government and the system, it isn't broke. It's working the way that it's designed to work, which means that the system itself, as far as race equality, financial equality, economics, all that in society as a whole, all of it has to be blown up. That's the only way we're going to see true change, is if we get rid of the system itself. I feel the same way about the prison system. One of my personal vendettas against the whole prison system is, I understand the necessity for it. I don't like the way that it's implemented. I don't like the use of it. Here it is. You got a man, Stanley Tookie Williams, who I didn't necessarily respect him because he was a gangster, but I don't know if you know him, but Stanley Tookie Williams, he was the dude that founded the Crips.
Right.
He founded the Crips back those years ago. Now, my point is, they say when jail is supposed to be about rehabilitation, getting you conditioned and prepared to re-enter society. Okay. Facts. This man went to jail, and don't get it twisted. He committed some heinous crimes. He did commit some heinous crimes. But when it was time for him to die, first of all, he didn't die of natural causes. And I don't care how many people he killed or whatever the case may be. Murder is murder. I don't care if it's capital murder. Murder is just wrong in my eyes, point blank, period. Whether I kill you, they kill me in the chair, however you look at it, is wrong to me. Me personally. That's my point of view. You feel me? But here it is, this man, he went from one extreme. He wasn't in jail saying that I'm Big Stan, I'm Tookie Williams. You know what I mean? This mother turned his life around. He became literate. He became an author. He became an author of best-selling books. And when it was said and done, before he passed away, before he was murdered, I'm sorry, not passed away because he was murdered. He didn't pass away, he was murdered. But before he was murdered, this man was actually nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize because he was doing children's books, helping in the community and everything else. You go ahead. You know what I mean? But, that bothers me that here it is, you could go from one extreme to the next as far as, here it is, you say that I'm supposed to come in here and change. You're supposed to help present myself or better myself. And this dude went from one extreme to being a creator of games, to totally flipping the script, helping children, helping parents, you know what I mean, with these books and everything else. And literally got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. And Arnold Schwarzenegger and this is the reason to this day, I do not watch any of his movies because he was the governor at the time and could have stayed his death. I'm not saying you had to free the man, but you don't have to execute the man. You know what I mean? If jail was what it is, what they say it is, it worked because this man was rehabilitated. So it's inside the whole time. So to me, what that says is it doesn't matter how much I change. It doesn't matter how much I become good. Y'all gonna still look at me as the same. And to me, that has to change. That has to change in the penal system.
Because I'm glad you mentioned that. There's a lot of things that's going on as far as in the penal system, right? A man, what you mentioned as far as Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tookie Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about the people, the innocent men and women, right? Check this out. Who get executed by the government, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When they find out that they're innocent, what happened to the people? What happened to the people that gave the permission to kill them?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, ain't gonna cut it when you done took somebody's life, bro.
Hold on. Now that person you just killed, now you killed the man, right? Okay, you killed him. Now you come to find out this man is innocent. This man is innocent. So who holds the responsibility for killing an innocent man? Yeah. Oh, the government ain't gonna accept that. The government ain't gonna accept that. They're gonna tell you, oh well, you know, you gotta charge that one to the game.
It's foul, man. The system has got to change, man.
Foul.
And you was talking about the difference of you know, jails in Jersey versus New York.
Yeah.
Like for me, one of the things that I always wanted to ask you was like how rough was it? You know, we all hear the stories about Rikers Island. You was there, like it's not no movie scene to you. Like you've been through it. Like how hard was it there in Rikers Island, or was it? Do you think that it's harder in any particular jail, or just doing time? It depends. Like on the Rikers Island experience.
It depends. On Rikers Island, when I was coming through, it was on some borough stuff first and foremost.
Got you.
It was on some borough stuff.
So it was all about the 5 boroughs.
I was in C-74 adolescents at war at the time. You know what I'm saying? And they was playing razor tag. You know, and that was in the 90s. So you know, dudes coming through the island now, it's totally different. I'm not saying. All right, when I was on the island, it was much wilder, much wilder, because it was popping off every day.
Gotcha.
The whole housing unit. If you ain't popping, you getting folded on.
Wow.
That's how that type of situation like that.
Every day, all day, like no breaks, no holidays, no off season, no nothing.
Look, you walking through the hallway and the whole housing unit just pop off. So it's a riot in the hallway because it's like, but that was when we was on some borough stuff, you know, Brooklyn, Queens, Harlem, the Bronx, Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, that was then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but it was rough, cuz it was rough, you know, because dudes will run up behind you, give you $150 across the face just to get a rap.
Wow. Now you got. I know what you're talking about, but you got to explain that to some of the people that don't know. What you mean by $150?
$150 is a slice across your face with a razor. You know what I'm saying? Normally, back in the days, let me clarify this. Now, back in the days, with people who used to have cuts on their face, back in the days, before my time, in the old timers explaining to me, those was for people who was actually ratting. Okay. But then that actually, you know, left from that stage to now I need the rep type situation. Now, when I cut you, you know, boom. Now, basically, you know, some dudes was calling themselves Picasso because they want to go cut somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I slice your face up. You're going to remember me for life.
Oh, for facts. You're
not going to never forget me. Yeah.
Facts. You ain't going to never forget that person. You know, some people, I've seen some guys, you know, fortunately, alhamdulillah, I was never cut, you know, nothing like that. I probably got like a scratch, but, you know, I'm well trained by family members and other people, you know what I'm saying? So, all was good, you know? But when I went in there, I didn't go in there with the intentions of wilding out. I went in the intentions, I got to get up out of here, and I got to do whatever I got to do to survive. Meaning that I got to protect myself at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what type of source gonna come my way.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So pretty much, would you say that you can never ever? There's no possible way that you could get a good night's sleep in jail.
If you got your own cell.
Okay.
But this is the thing. Now the question is when you come out that cell. Now how the person next to you is feeling today.
Yeah, because you got your own cell and they got to bond with somebody else. Yeah.
One of the great Jews that when I first came into jail, the old timers used to sit the young brothers down when we came to jail and school us. And one of the 5 things that we was taught in jail is that 1, always keep a pen on you. Because a pen could be 1, used as a weapon, but also 2, it's used as a weapon as right. When you have a complaint, you know what I'm saying? This don't always have to be about a physical thing when it comes, you know, expressing your complaint to the authorities. That's far. When I say authorities, I'm talking about when you get tickets. When I say tickets, they write you up. You know what I'm saying? When I was in there, they made $2.5 million off of writing $5 tickets. So you could be walking in the hallway of a prison system, and what happens is when the COs don't like you, now you got a ticket, a $5 ticket. Every time you come out your cell, you got a $5 ticket. So all them $5 that your family sending you, they taking it.
Wow. This is the guards.
Yeah, the system, and this is where they take that $5 money, them tickets, and use it towards either the prison for the COs. Like the COs got luxury microwaves and stuff like that. That's for them.
So they take y'all money and use it for the
exactly.
like kitty, like an office kitty for the CO.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. But see, they don't tell y'all, right? In the Constitution, it says that slavery is abolished, except for those that are incarcerated. Okay.
Repeat that again. Say that again.
It says in the Constitution that slavery is abolished, meaning that it don't exist no more.
Slavery,
except for those that are incarcerated. A person that is incarcerated makes 16 cents an hour.
16 cents an hour.
An hour. You could go all the way up to 45 cents an hour. Now, the same stuff that we making in there, like police uniform, MTA uniforms, MTA jackets and coats and stuff like that, that's all on the market, meaning that that's on the stock market, Callcraft. But they say they're not making money.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but they say they're not making money off us. They say they're not making money off the people that's incarcerated.
Oh, dude, you know that's a farce because we could tell that. One of my problems with MJ, I've never been a Michael Jordan fan, but I never understood how we could get to a place where you could privatize prisons. Like an individual could own a prison. It lets you know that it's nothing about but making money. Okay. Because if everybody was doing right in society and you owned a prison, you're not making any money. So it's to your benefit that you lock people up because you need people to make you money by owning a prison.
In Bergen County, the county jail is owned by a family, and they get to decide how the jail is run.
This New York or Jersey?
Jersey, Bergen County. Bergen County Jail.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they their own entity. Like when it comes to the county jails, it's owned. It's privately owned. You know, it's other things that goes on in prison that I feel that it has to be light has to be shined on it. You know, as far as the injustice that's going not only inside the prison, but as coming outside, because it's a hustle for people. When you come home and you trying to find work and all that, they got all these nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. They allegedly supposed to be helping the person out. You know, they send you on different sites and stuff like that, but there's nothing coming out of that though. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that's coming out of that.
Just blowing smoke.
Sometimes, yeah, it is blowing you smoke. They're getting their money, but they sending you on different job interviews. You're telling me to go on these job interviews, no problem. No problem. I listen, cuz I was walking in 90-degree weather with steel-toe boots on with a hard hat on, looking for work. Walking up there.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Well, I gotta do it, because I said, I gotta win. Now that I'm home now, since I've been home now, right? This is the transition that I made since I've been home. So I want the people to know this. Since I've been home, right, I gave myself an A to Z plan. Instead of me saying that I'm trying to do this, I'm doing it now. I'm not saying I'm gonna try to do it. I'm making it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not depending on nobody. I'm making it happen for myself. You know what I'm saying? If help comes along the way, then help comes along the way. I'm not going to turn it down. You know what I'm saying? Some people that when they come home, it's a prideful thing. They don't want to ask nobody because some people throw it up in their face. You know what I'm saying? If you truly, genuinely want to help somebody out, you shouldn't throw it up in their face.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Should have never do that. Never do that. You know, because that don't mean that means that you're not genuinely giving what you give.
Yeah, I don't need you. And that's not just doing time. That's any aspect in life.
So being that I experienced that the first time I came home, so you know what I did? I started doing everything myself, and help came along the way. And now I'm working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm working 2 jobs. I'm working for Forever 21, and I'm working at the Target. You know what I'm saying? And I got my, and I got more other credentials. I got a custodial maintenance. So every step that I'm making, I said, a white boy told me this in jail one time. He said, Shim, he said, check this out. He said, don't look for big wins. Look for small wins. And them small wins become big wins.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking small little wins at a time. Mm-hmm. Small little wins at a time. And what I did was I stopped being around negative energy people. If you ain't about a positive mindset as far as this and trying to help build something, you know what I'm saying? Something that's productive.
Yeah.
If you're not talking that talk, meaning that if you're not teaching me, trying to teach me how to build a business, own my own property, what do we have to talk about? If you're the type of person that likes to argue and fight, I don't want to be around you. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I moved away from the negative energy people. And this is, I've been taking them little small wins. The thing is that you have to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? You have to start loving yourself. When you start loving yourself and you see that, all right, I can't wait for this person to do something for me. I can't wait for this person to do something for me. I have to do it for myself. I have to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? And some people calling me right now, some family members be calling me. They'll be like, yo, cuz, I need you to do this for me. Cuz, I'm taking care of what I have to take care of right now. Because some people feel I'm coming off wrong. I'm not coming off wrong, cuz. I love my family. I'm not coming off. I'm trying to win. And I hope they truly understand is that I'm not cutting you off. I'm not cutting myself off. What I'm doing, I'm taking these small little wins. And when I come back, I'm going to come back and get you.
Dude, hey, and let me insert this right there, bro. Let me insert this right here because this needs to be said. I don't care whether you're talking about doing time. I don't care about whether you're talking about fixing relationships. I don't care if you're talking about a work environment. None of that. At the end of the day, yo, you are your biggest enemy. If you don't love yourself, if you don't learn how to love yourself and all that there, it ain't gonna make a difference who else got your back. You know what I mean? It all starts within yourself. You know what I mean? So it's good to have that support system, but at the same time, people not gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Or even if it's not that they won't believe in you, they do believe in you, but it doesn't matter if you know what I mean. It doesn't matter if you put gas in a car and it just sits in the driveway. You never put the key in and they use it. You know what I'm saying? The gas is in there. You got everything to do, but you choose not to utilize the gasoline in the car to use the car the way that it was designed to work. So it all starts within you. You know, it's a mindset that you have to have that, I mentioned to someone earlier today, man, listen, I'm at a point in my life now where the only thing that matters to me is it's not about being a good husband. It's not about being a good father. It's not about being a good friend, son, brother, whatever. Those things are important to me, but I don't care about them things. The only thing that I care about is fulfilling the purpose that God Almighty created me and put me here for. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's to have a conversation with you today, somebody else 2 years from now, and then my time is up. At the end of the day, the only thing I want to do is find myself trying to please God in every single way. You know what I mean? I don't want to stand before God. He say, well, I put you down here to do this. You accomplished all of that there, but that had nothing to do with my will and my purpose for your life. That would be disappointing to me that I accomplished all of this here, but it wasn't his perfect will for my life. So I'm at the place in my life where, hey, listen, if you support me and you rock with me, good. I like it. If you don't, it might hurt sometimes, but at the end of the day, guess what? The only person I need, they got my back, and that's God Almighty, because he's the only one that I want to please. It's not about pleasing man and all this other kind of stuff, man. We got to please our creator. Point blank, period.
Facts. You already know, he always gonna be there for you.
Absolutely. When nobody else ain't. When you not there for yourself, he's still there.
Facts, always, always. And the thing is that the things that he gives us, that a lot of us take it for granted because we don't show gratitude for the things that he do give us.
Exactly. Until what? They snatched away from it.
It's snatched away. Like people, these worldly things, like children, money, cars, house, is worldly things.
Mm-hmm.
These things, he tell you, love. They only here for temporary, but love me more.
Yeah.
Love me more.
Period. That's everlasting love.
Listen, you love me more, and these things that you have are going to even be more grateful for
you. Yeah.
Because if you look at it, if you have an offspring and you following a righteous path, your offspring going to eventually follow a righteous path with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, raise up a child in the way they should go. They won't depart from it.
It's the household. Whatever's taking place in the household is what's going to come out of it. Mm-hmm. Either it's going to be gold or diamonds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be.
Yo. Hey, I wanted to hit on this real quick. One of the comments said, I want you to speak on this. One of the comments say, I watched a documentary in which a guy said he wanted to go back to prison because that was all he knew. Prison caused him to suffer from mental illness, and he could not cope outside of the walls of the prison.
Oh, that actually happened to me.
And I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to ask. I never knew. I always wanted to ask you this personally. Like I heard it was a chance for you to get out halfway through your bid or whatever, or you was pretty much like maybe 2 weeks to a month away. But then another family member came in, got locked up where you was at, and you didn't want them to be there by themselves, so you stayed. Is that true?
No. Absolutely.
Okay. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Continue. Because I'm like, listen, man. I love somebody, but if I got a chance to get out of life, bro, I'm taking it.
Nah.
I'm taking it.
It's something that's like that, meaning that it happened something. It happened. My Cody, right? My Cody. I told him, I said, there's no sense for us both to be in prison. I'm like, yo, my nigga, cop out. You cop out. I'ma sit. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter, they really didn't want him. They wanted me. You know what I'm saying? And how I was molded, and I stand on a certain type of honor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So this took place while you was already incarcerated.
No, this took place before I got me and my co-defendant when we got locked up the first time. When I got locked up the first time, I did 18 years for my co-defendant. I did it. I did that. Yeah, I did that for my Cody. That situation wasn't my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is me, my what I stand on.
Mm-hmm.
In the process of what I stand, I lost a lot in the process of it. These are the type of decisions you're gonna have to make as a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And
then learn from them.
And some people either learn from them, and some people don't learn from them. I choose. It took me about twice, but now I'm learning. It took me 44 years to learn, but I'm learning though. Every day is a learning process. When people ask me how I'm doing, I don't no longer say I'm doing good, or what I say. My motivation is that what I say to them, I'm elevating. Every day is an elevation.
I like that.
Every day is an elevation, man. And when
that's what it should be about. We should be trying to come up every day, point blank, period.
And when I came home this time, it was like, what's so sad? I'm gonna tell you what I do see though. What's sad? I took the time to educate myself while I was in there. So now that I come back, and when I speak, see, I know how to be ghetto and I know how to be corporate. Meaning that I know how to articulate myself in both avenues. I know how to dib and dab and go in different realms. You know what I'm saying? And when I speak to certain people, they hear me articulate my words in certain manners and how I speak to them, they look at me as strange. why do they look at me as being strange?
Because they expecting something else.
Yeah, they expect they want to, and sometimes I feel like the stranger.
Yeah.
I feel out of place. I still
you
feel
gonna
out
show
of
up
place.
like Tracy Morgan. Yo, what up though? You know what I mean? On that Tracy Morgan type stuff.
Yeah, I still feel out of place.
Yeah.
I still feel out of place. You know, when I told you, when I came home, I was afraid to cross the street. When I came home, the toilet was flushing itself. When you back up from it, it flushes itself. I started crying.
Wow.
I was messed up, cuz, and nobody knew that. Because I wasn't explaining to because like I said, jail shields you from a lot of things when it comes to your emotions. You know what I mean? If you got a girl, you know what I'm saying? Your emotions play with you because your mind is running through it. Is she cheating on me? Is she doing that? Is she doing that? You know, it's so many things that's running through your mind.
Yeah.
You know? And for me to come home, I thought I wasn't going to, truthfully, I thought I wasn't going to make it out of jail.
Wow.
God is good. As I say always, because God is good, because after serving, the 18 years, I got a reversal. And during that time in solitary confinement, I was able to focus on my legal work. You know what I'm saying? I says, nobody gonna help me get out of here. I sat in that corner, man. I said, nobody gonna help me get out of here, man. Either you gonna die in, because when I came home 2015 on my grandmother's birthday, February 12th, 2015. I wasn't even supposed to come home then. I was supposed to come home 2019. You understand? But due to God's work and giving me the motivation, to keep fighting, to keep strong, to fight with that war with myself, to make peace with myself. Whatever happened in the past is the past. I did wrong in the past, and I asked God to forgive me, and I asked those people to forgive me. Even though I didn't speak it verbally to them, in my heart, I asked them to forgive me. You know what I mean? Because how can I ask God to forgive me if I'm not willing to forgive somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
That's one of them things on the human side that we don't get. I tell people all the time, it's like with me, like I said, I don't like to use people other story or use people other people's stories, whatever case may be. Like, I was married to what, 20, 24 years or something, no, 22 years. With her for like 26 years. Okay. We decide to part ways or whatever the case may be. You want something different. I have no issue with that. But I know I can honestly say at the end of the day, there was times where I wasn't a good husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't always a good father. I wasn't always a good man for whatever those reasons may be. It ain't about me justifying it or having a reason why. It doesn't matter whether the reasons may be valid or not. The fact remains that I wasn't always no good husband. So on the flip side of those things, like when I got my life together with God, that was a part of it. It was like, I don't understand how people do that, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity. Like, people are infected by the decisions that you make. So you can't just ask Allah to forgive you. You just can't ask God to forgive you and just go on about your business and, you know what I mean, just going, well, God done forgave me, so that's all that matters. No, like, if you offended other people or you hurt other people, you need to seek those same people and ask them for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm quite sure if my ex-wife was to ask anybody, like, we don't communicate now, but if anybody was to ask her, she would tell you that, look, when he apologized, he was sincere to me. Like, that's not no make-believe, because she knew that I was sincere. I was regretful for things that I had did and the choices that I had made, but it is what it is. That's part of me taking ownership of it. Like, you can't do wrong, get forgiven by God, and then just sweep everything else underneath the rug. Like it didn't affect anybody else. Those people are entitled to an apology just as much. Now, whether they're willing to receive your apology, that's a whole nother subject. But on you, your part, to free your conscience, you have to act like the same way in spirituality. You have to repent. You have to repent to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have friendships where it's like, yo, bro, you know, me and my god brother, we tight like that. 10 years apart, born day on the same day. He said something one day that I ain't like, almost ended up friendship. Thank God that we was able to bond that. But dude, I had to ask him, like, yo, bro, you ain't never stopped being my bro. You ain't never stopped being my boy. I'm asking you to forgive me because I was the one that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never turned your back on me. I turned my back on you. So I got to ask you for forgiveness. I just can't jump back into the relationship like yesterday or like the last 10 years ain't happened or, you know, never address it. No, that's not cool. That's the way we really heal. That's the way we really move on. And that's the way we become better people. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, now, sometimes, guess what? In that, sometimes they're not going to accept your apology. Sometimes they're going to tell you that you don't mean your apology, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with you or God. As long as you know that your heart was in the right place, your intentions were pure. That's all that matters. But don't just murder somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then, well, I ask God to forgive me, but don't never want to address the family. Don't you know took somebody's son. You got
to address the family.
And it's not always the easy. I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing to do, but it must be done.
It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. Some family members don't even want to hear from you.
Yeah. You know? And that's their right. That's their right. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it is right, but it is their right.
Choice. That is their choice. That is their choice. But I want to touch up on something, just a tad bit about it.
Go ahead.
When it comes to matters like that, I'm kind of like, because the streets is the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And situations happen. Now, you have people that are innocent that things happen to, you know, that shouldn't happen to, but that was within God's plan. I don't mean to sound hard, and I'm not sounding. I hope I'm not sounding hard. You know what I'm saying? This is only coming from a spiritual background when I say that death has been promised to all of us. This is guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed, death is promised. Nobody found the secret of death yet.
Yeah.
No one's found that secret yet. I don't care. The gypsies haven't even found that secret yet. You know what I'm saying? That is the guaranteed thing, that when you come into this world, you are going to die. Right? I say that when it comes to the matters of the street, when people are in the street and situations happen like that, family members know what their family doing. And sad to say, situations happen. You know, I don't know how long the person may moan, or how long, whatever case, or, you know, how long it would take them to forgive. You know, some people, it might take a lifetime. But whenever they feel they are ready, but there are people that's out there reaching out to people asking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to hope that the people who, sadly to say, that family members was in the street and those type of things happened to, you know what I'm saying? No one understand this was part of the life that they chose. Mm-hmm. This was part of the life that they chose. Now, I told my moms when I was growing up, Mom, you know, I'm out here. I know I'm the only child. Between both parents, I'm the only. If something happens to me right now, I'm the last of that bloodline. I don't have no kids. I'm the last of that bloodline between both my mother and father. You know what I'm saying? But I always told my mom, I accept the responsibility of my actions. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want her. I knew as a parent, she's gonna always worry. But she knew that I was in the streets and what was the consequences of me being in the streets. Because she knew as a man, I'm gonna make my own decision. I'm gonna make my own. What can you do? You can't lock me in your house.
Yeah.
You can only do it as so much as a parent.
Yeah.
But when that situation actually takes place, you know, forgiveness, mercy, peace. It's all in the same, and people have to come to the realization that, we can't ask God to forgive us if we're not willing to forgive others.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
And while you there, a big part of forgiveness that I done did a whole series of teachings on forgiveness and the different aspects of forgiveness. But while we there, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned earlier how while you were inside, you had 14 different family members that passed away, even your dad, you know what I mean? How hard was it for you to forgive yourself based off the decision that you made, coming to grips with that? You couldn't attend memorial services. You couldn't be there to tell them I love you one more time, things like that. How did you? Because a big part of forgiveness is also forgiving yourself. How did you get to the point of forgiving yourself for not feeling like you was there?
The power of the mind is a beautiful thing, because people don't understand that you can put your mind anywhere at any given time. You can put your heart anywhere at any given time. Yeah, I was locked down. My heart was there, with my family. My mind, at night when I be in the cell, being up like 3, 4 in the morning, looking up at the ceiling, I'm near with them. I'm traveling. I'm seeing everything with them, but they just don't realize it. And when I found out that my father died, I didn't cry. Okay. Nika called me and told me. First, I thought it was grandma. When they called me, I was in the dormitory watching a movie, and then the CO told me, "Yo, the chaplain want to see you." Everybody know when the chaplain calls you, it's some bad news.
Yeah.
As I'm walking there, normally,
shout out to Mika.
Yeah, as I'm walking there to the office, it's a whole bunch of things running through my mind. Because at that particular time, I ain't hear from nobody. I don't know who's living or dead.
Yeah, so you don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
You just know it's bad news. Yeah.
I just know it's bad news. By me not, I would think about them sometimes. But then I started putting my mind other places, meaning that I was saying to myself, I can't put my mind on the streets. I got to make it out of here first. That was my main concern, making it out of there first. When I got in the office, chaplain told me to sit down. I said, my mother died? I came out and just asked. He said, you got a phone call. It's say, I want to meet, Lamika. Mm-hmm.
Yo, you hit your mute button by mistake, huh?
I said, yeah. And he said, well, you got an urgent phone call. Okay. I said, okay. Now, my father still had connections with down in New York. So I'm like, all right, boom. But I've been talking to him occasionally. I was talking to him and grandma on occasionally. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to burden nobody. So I was just doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? When I call grandma, I call him, let her know that they'll give my love to the family and everything.
Hey, cuz, make sure your lighting is in front of you.
Okay. I didn't expect for him to die. That's my boy. I ain't, just to get that call. And so when she told me, she said, I said, well, grandma died? Because they up in age. And I'm like, grandma passed? She said, no. Father died. Yo, my mom was blank. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as I talk about it right now, I'm blank. And people say I'm gonna tell you other things that I kind of had an effect, as far as what prison kind of had an effect on me. Because I'm now I'll be like certain. At times I'll be like in my own world in the days. I'll be out there, not I just be out there because, like I said, the mind is a beautiful thing. Um, but to find out that my father died, I didn't cry. I left his office. I went back to my room, sat on my bed, and a whole bunch of memories start coming to my head. Different types of memories. Mhm. Him, grandma, all type of things. I still didn't cry. I'm trying to force myself to cry because this is what jails does to you. It hardens you in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It hardens you in a sense. So as I, going right here. So as I begin to come to the realization that he died, I still didn't cry. I didn't cry until like 6 months later. That's you saying the effect. It didn't affect me as much to 6 months later. I was laying in the bed and it was like he talked to me. He was like, yo, you got to be strong for your moms. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, everybody that I did not know died is crazy. Everybody was like, I don't want to sound like, it was more like they voice was like in my head telling me, yo, you got to be strong. All that breaking down, all that breaking down and stuff, like, nah, you got to be strong. You got to fight through this. You know what I'm saying? But when you
got to get out at this point. You froze up on me, cuz. All right, you back.
All right, and those voices in my head kept telling me, yo, you got to be strong.
You froze up on me. You must be in one of those New York 18-story buildings.
He coming? But yeah, cuz, I'm sorry for that. I'm outside right now, enjoying the air. But that's, like I said, jail shields you from certain things. It protects you. You know what I'm saying? You have to program yourself to cut off certain type of emotions. If you don't, it'll break you down. How you doing, my bro?
Yeah,
it'll break you down. Yeah, it'll break you down. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have found out that my mom's died in there, I don't think I would have came home. Truthfully speaking, I don't think I would have came home. Because I don't know, like as of right now, this is me, it's been me and her all my life. If something happens to her right now, this is what I'm showing her. Like, yo, I want you to be happy. I'm doing good. Listen, I'm not going back. I'm doing good. Just roll with me. I'm doing good, man. I just want you to be happy. That's all I want. You suffer too much. You suffer too much, and now it's time for you to be happy.
And I'll tell you like somebody told me. At the end of the day, bro, tell yourself whatever you got to tell yourself to do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's for you, whether it's for your mom, it don't matter who it is for. Tell yourself whatever you got to tell yourself. You know what I'm saying? To make sure you do that. You know what I mean? I talked to you the other day off the call, and I always do that on. I don't usually put it out there like that, but we talked the other day for a minute. You know what I mean? I told you, man, look, at the end of the day, I'm proud of you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, cuz.
I don't care what the circumstances is. It don't change the fact that we cousins. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Whether you inside, I'm going to be there for you. If you let me be, if you out here, I'm going to be here for you. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you, man. Keep your head up. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. Forever 21, Target, whatever you gotta do. Keep your head on that swivel and keep your head on the up and up, man. Listen, you already done showed you already know there's a whole nother way. And you know it could be good at both. It's a good life at times, but there's also consequences to be paid sometimes too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, before I'm gonna leave you with this, right? I'm gonna tell you this, right? Check this out. It's so easy to do evil or hard to do good.
Absolutely.
That's biblical, bro. Yo, I mean, you could be, it's crazy when somebody come with you about getting some money. You be like, yeah, it's a quick lick right here, or it's something that's evil. It's quicker. When you want to do something that's right towards God, it becomes hard for you. Now, why you think is that?
Why do you ask me my personal opinion?
Yes. Why you think that the road, right? Check this out now. The road to paradise is hard. It's not easy now.
No, that's the easy one for me to answer. It's because anything is like they say, anything in life is worth having.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Anything in life is worth having. I tell people all the time, you know, back in our day, I'm aging myself. But back in the day, just imagine if you had to have somebody give you a brand new Lexus Coupe 400, the LS, you know what I mean? You're gonna be like, yo, I got a Lex dog, you know what I mean? I'm willing to, yo, I got a Lexus. But it's different if you working at McDonald's and Wendy's part-time and Burger King, and you making $5 an hour in each one of them, and you paying, you know what I mean? You bought that Lexus. Now all of a sudden, it's your circumstance changed. Because now when you were just flossing because somebody blessed you with a Lexus, you was willy-nilly with it. But now that you don't work for it, it means that much
different value to it.
Hey, bro, nah, you can't get in here with them dirty shoes on. Ain't no eating in my car, bro. Nah, you gotta leave that soda out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you
got a different value.
So you appreciate it more the more that you work through. So I tell people all the time, man, you know, look, at the end of the day, I thank God for my hardships. I thank God for it sounds crazy, but different deaths that happened in my life, I thank God for them because it helped me expand, it helped me grow, My divorce helped me grow. Was it an easy thing? No. Was it a beneficial thing? Yes. Because the scripture tells us that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. Not some of the things, not just some of the blessings. That means some of the curses. That means sometimes losing that job. That means sometimes the death of somebody. Because sometimes you could be focused on somebody so much. Like I'm gonna use you for example. Like the way you talk about your mom. You could love your mom to the point where that precedes everything in your life. Mm-hmm. And God say, listen, I don't want you to have anything in your life that means more to you than me. Thanks. So if I have to remove your mother to get your attention focused on me, guess what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna take it away.
You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I tell people all the time, man, listen, learn how to praise God and worship God for those difficult times. Because I tell you, on the other end of it, there was days, bro. I'm telling you, on the other side of the divorce, there was days that I didn't know that I was gonna make it. Like you said, you the same way you say, you know, if your mom had a pass away while you was in there, you don't think you would have got out. There was days that I felt like without this person in my life, I cannot live. Life is not worth living. Now, all of a sudden, guess what? Each day, next thing I know, I'm waking up, and guess what? Things started getting a little bit easier. It ain't hurt as much no more. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, I'm showing like, yo, I'm finally realizing who I am. I rediscovered myself. I'm getting to learn myself all over again. And that's a beautiful thing because if I had still been in my marriage, I wouldn't have been focused on those things that I'm focused on now. Trying to get to know me, trying to please God. You know what I'm saying? Because I was more so focused on that. So I look at it as a blessing. You know, other people might not look at it as a blessing, but me personally, I look at it as a blessing because I'm a much better person. I'm a better person now. And not saying that I'll ever get married again because I doubt I ever will. But I do know that if I did, I know how to be a better husband the second time around. I know how to be a better father. I know how to be a better, you know what I'm saying, be a better friend to my spouse. You know what I mean? Because of what the things that I've been through. So Only thing it did was make me better. It didn't make me bitter. It made me better. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that we got to get in the mindset. Like you said, to go back to that mindset. That's the mindset that we have to adapt and receive, and not just receive it, but really embrace it and act upon it. You know what I mean? Because there is life after this. There is life after divorce, just like there's life after doing time. It's like, but what do you do with the knowledge that you have and the experiences that you've been through to make sure you don't have to go through those same things again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The second time around, you might, not to say that you won't ever get locked up again, but I guarantee you one thing, you sure won't get locked up for what you got locked up for before.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
if I got married again, you know what I mean? You supposed to learn from your mistakes. You don't repeat the same mistakes.
And Malcolm X once said that if you make a mistake more than twice, it's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake. It's a habit. It's a habit. That's exactly what it is.
You know,
man, like I said, man, I'm so proud, man. We about to wrap up.
All right.
One of the comments was it's hard for family and friends at home because we worry about you knowing about the things that happens in jail.
True. And it goes both ways. I want the people to know it goes both ways. As much as they thinking about us, we are thinking about them.
Gotcha.
As much as they don't, we try to make their burden as easy as possible. Easy as possible. It's a lot of people in jail like, yo, they'll send the money back to their family. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, you take care of what you have to take care of. You know, but it goes both ways. We are concerned, worried, and not knowing. It puts stress on us. Just like they stress out here, it puts stress on the person in jail. You know, a lot of people feel that, you know, it's amazing how when you getting money, everybody's around. When you getting money, everybody's around. Right? Now, you have some people are fortunate to find that genuine comrade, friend, genuine, where they ain't got to tell your man, if he genuine, your man, you ain't got to tell your man to do nothing for you. Your man gonna automatically do it for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's genuine. I ain't got to ask. If your woman love you, you shouldn't have to ask because she's gonna automatically do it for you because she know who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you getting money, people tend to forget about people who are in jail. Like the girl lead. I'm saying, I ain't tell you to get locked up, but baby, you was accepting all the money I was making.
And to me, in situations like that, it's so hypocritical to me because I remember the era when we was younger, or at least in North where I'm from, you would see, you know, the old school church mothers, the old school ladies in the house, you know what I mean? Or like the movie, what was it, Jason Lyric, when Bouquet and Woodbine come home, I'm gonna put this big steak dinner. Boy, get that thing out of here. I don't want that. I'm not using that money. You see what I'm saying? But nowadays, it baffles me how people know that you can be living that life. You in the street, and while you get, like you say, while you getting that money, it's all good. You know what I mean? You break them off with a little something to pay their bills and put some money in their pockets. And
as soon as you get locked up, they don't know you.
But as soon as you get locked up, he ain't had no business doing it out there anyway.
Yeah, so why
would you benefit?
Why was you taking my money then?
Exactly.
Why was you taking my money? If you knew that the money, if you knew the money was wrong, why would you take it from me?
Yeah.
And especially if you say you my family, if you my family, you taking money that's wrong, and you're not going to support me when I'm locked up. Why the fuck you want to take it? Excuse me, cuz. Excuse me.
Nah, you good. You good.
You know what I'm saying?
It's after 9 o'clock.
I don't understand that. It's a sad situation, man. You know?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Well, man, we gonna wrap it up, man. One of the things that I wanted to hit on though, while we talking about that, I remember me. I ain't never did no hard time. I have been locked up, but I ain't never did no hard time. And I know one of the things that I want to hit in the show on with the comment that I just read about the family, you know, everybody worried about you while you're in there and vice versa. I know with me personally, I was all the way in Texas when I got locked up. So I'm like thousands of miles away from the crib. I don't know nobody here.
Yeah, you already know.
And I can remember being in Holden because, like you say, from state to state, depending on where you at, state to state, city to city, all jails are totally different. It's not like the same format everywhere. So where I was at in Texas, this particular city in Texas, like, dude, I could look outside and I literally could walk across the street to Mexico. So I remember when I got knocked and I'm in there, I get booked, we're in central booking. There's all these people in here, and it's like I said, it wasn't like the movies. You got maybe 200, 250 people in this one little room while they holding and booking everybody. So I can remember just waiting for it to hear my name called, so I could get up out of it. And I remember one of the guards finally said my name, Bennett. So I'm like, thank you, Lord. I'm ready to start praying. God, I thank you. I thank you for making a way. And she asked, the first thing she asked me was like, are you African American or are you Hispanic? And I was like, I'm black. And she was like, okay, you go over there and have a seat again. I'm sitting here like, I thought I was about to leave here. You know what I'm saying? You talking about go have a seat. But what it was where I was at, they lock you up by your nationality because the gangs and stuff was so bad. So like you said, Rikers, you got the 5 barrels. But down there, they lock you up with your race because it's so much violence amongst the races. So they were thinking that I was a Dominican. Now here it is, cuz I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. I can't speak a word of Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I can say Buenos Dias, that's about it. So you about to lock me up with these essays, man, I would have been in a world of trouble. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, so it finally got to the point where they called my name again. And next thing you know, now they done found me a public defender. So she talking to me through the window, can't pay no 10% because you out of the state and all this here. That's a whole nother story, whole nother show. But anyway, I remember asking her, was like, look, am I gonna be able to get out of here or not? And she said, I don't know because you having a hard time coming up with the collateral. I was like, I don't want my mom and pops put up their house and nothing like that. Just so I can get no, we're not gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Is there any other kind of way? She's like, it's gonna take me a while, but I need to work. And dude, I can remember because at this point, I'm on this side. It's not like we sitting at the table together. I'm on this side of the window. She on her side of the window. Right. And I can remember when she left me alone before they took me back out. I remember dropping my head, and I remember praying. And my personal prayer was, Lord, I know right. I know what it's like to live for you and what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. But for me to make it through this right here, I'm going to need you to help me embrace every bad feeling I ever had, every bad thought I ever had. And I remember as my head is down, dude, I'm trying to consume myself with anger, you know what I mean, and all these bad emotions because I don't know what to expect once I get upstairs on the floor, once I get to 10 pop. So all the spirituality that I knew, all that was going out the window. I knew God was going to be still with me, but right now, I ain't got time to be preaching to nobody because the first joker that stepped to me, I'm busting his head and like, I want them to know I'm the crazy on the block. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So this was like a real mindset for me. So I know, and I've seen it in scenes and stuff in different movies. That's why I'm breaking. It's taking me a while to get there, but I'm getting to the point of like, what's some of those things that people could do to support you when you're on the inside, whether it be trying to make phone calls, trying to write letters. Because I know for me personally at that time, it's like when people go to war. You're saying over at Dead Presidents where he like, listen, when you in a war, only thing you're thinking about is making it back home to your family. So you ain't got time to be reading the love letters and looking at the pictures of your daughter growing up because it's going to distract you from the dangerous environment that's in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you need your head on even kill at the time. So for you personally, would you say that, the writing the letters, the phone calls and stuff, is it beneficial or is it case by case where you got to be
Important. All of it is important.
Okay.
Even if a person take a little line out the day, meaning that you could just say hi. That's it.
Gotcha.
A person will respect that too. Love that too. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to be loved. You understand, cuz? when you
No,
don't, when people, in
100%.
those when you in those type of situations, and you feel that you don't is not being, you're not receiving love. Like when the CEOs go past your cell and you don't get no mail, you start to feel in that same process that the person next to you on the right and the person on the left to you is getting mail.
They got more people that care about them than I do. Yeah.
They getting visits. And I understand that the visits, depending on these people put people in certain jails for a certain reason to make the burden on the household even harder. You know what I'm saying? Bad enough that the prison you sending me to, might be 8 hours just to get there and 8 hours to get back. That's 16 hours throughout the day. But loved ones, when you still see a person come all the way for 8 hours to see a loved one,
maybe 5 minutes.
I it sends a chill through my heart, a good chill, not a bad chill, because that's showing a genuine love. No matter what, it's like a marriage. No matter what, when you up, I'ma roll with you. When you down, I'ma roll with you. Because that's what that person sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? When he went in there. I'm not talking about people sacrifice different things. People sacrifice things for themselves. People sacrifice things for their family. You know what I'm saying? And it don't always be about, I'm getting this bread. People be thinking about, I got to take care of my family. So when they don't have those loved ones and to support them when they're going through being incarcerated, not having somebody, not receiving them, not having no one come see them, it hurts. So when a person come back out here to society and them same people, we missed you and we loved you, you have to ask that.
You heard from them.
So where the fuck you was at?
Yeah. Word.
I mean, you left me in there for dead. How you know if I wasn't dead or not in there? Because that's what they do in there. Yeah, police will kill you in there. Yeah, and then say that you committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? Those type of situations. But people in society don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about the injustice that's going on. They have certain police in there stirring up problems so they can hire more of their family members. Because if you look at in New York State, just New York State, okay? The prison systems that's set up in these communities, right? The Census Bureau, who counts the prisoners in these counties, they count the prisoners inside the counties. And the government give these counties money for the prison being there. You understand? You following? So they family members, listen now, they family members are the ones that's coming inside the jail. So they have a tight-knit community with inside the jail where they could do what they want to do.
And move how they want to move.
And move how they, because they'll tell you straight up, you come in our jail, nigga, we're going to kill you. Just like that. One time I went from Green to Cassack. I had a fight with a person, right? Situation came, police got involved. I ain't care about that. My main target was homeboy. I'm going after homeboy. Police got situation that happened, however the case may be. I went to the box. They shipped me all the way to another jail, across the street to the next jail, right? I get to the next jail, right? Me and my little man, right? When we get over there, they tell us, because I was big at the time, when I was working out, they tell me, you, big guy. Now, me and my little man, because my little man was in the box too for assaulting police. My intentions was not to assault the police. My intentions was to go after homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Because he creeped up behind me and try to give me $150. I ain't trying to hit it. Then he ran after that. Some coward stuff. No, homie. Ain't nothing stopping this path. This is a freight train right here. You know what I'm saying? He running around the police. So I tossed the police to the window. Boom! Nah, homeboy. Nah, you gonna get all this. You gonna get all this. Mm-hmm. So when I went to Kawasaki, they told me, hey, big man, oh, you like assaulting police. Now, again, my intentions is not to assault them. I'm moving them out the way. Because this coward, you know what I'm saying? Try to do a coward move, you know, and then run behind police. Because you got dudes that's like that. They do something to you, and then run behind police or sign a PC. I'm coming in there to get you, homie. No matter where I'm coming. Right. It's a different source with me, bro. I'm different. I'm thinking on a different type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? When you have these particular situations, these communities that these prisons are based on, these family members come in there. And when they come in there, they so tight. They have uncles, brothers, cousins. They so tight that they do things and have no repercussions of it. Police could beat a prisoner in jail, right? Like Rodney King, do Rodney King beats, right? The police would get it suspended for like a couple of days, right? And then they let him back in the jail and he do it again. Like you got a lot of police that have been known to beat up prisoners and they still working in the prison system.
No like the racist cops,
they talk about that's out here in the streets. They have racist cops inside the prison system.
It don't surprise me.
They have. He's probably still working up there right now. I used to hear the story. They had one police, a sergeant. He had a tattoo on his arm of a black baby with a noose around his neck. So what that tells you?
He coming into work with every day with a tattoo like that.
Put a sleep shirt on.
Crazy. Just show you what you could get away with.
And people don't know this. And how they come on. So they getting this money from, but they don't know what's taking place in there. Like I said, it's not always the prisoners causing problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say most of them times is that every day you go, all right, you want me to obey your rules and regulations. I'm obeying your rules and regulations, but at the same time, I got these police. I gotta swallow so much as far as holding in because this motherfucker want to be disrespectful to me. Now, if I know he's a bitch ass motherfucker, excuse me, because I want to use.
You emotional?
I know. If he had his crew, if he had his people, he wouldn't even be acting like that.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even be acting. He got a stick on his, he got a baton on his waist, and he talking mad garbage to me. I'm like, yo, come on. It's not only the people I gotta hold it in. You have a lot of people in jail that holds it in. Hold it in. But when it's let out in a different.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. I'm about to say that's dangerous to hold all that animosity in because, like you said, when you explode, ain't no telling what can happen.
Yeah, because oh man,
I know you just sad, like we always sad, say. If you got that last name Bennett, bro, you got a little trace of crazy growing in your DNA. So whatever you could do, don't wake up the beast, man. Do not.
You already know. That's what I mean. I be telling. I be like, that's why I keep to myself. You know.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with if you can't find happiness within yourself, if you can't party and have fun by yourself, there's something you need to examine about yourself.
Yeah, you got to.
You have to.
You got to be smart enough to know yourself, like you say, to know that. Like I say, I know I got some real crazy in me. And whatever
yes, I do.
I don't whatever it's doing to stay asleep, just leave it be sleep.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm capable of myself. So don't ever put me in that situation for either one of us to find out. That's my thinking a lot.
I tell people, a lot of people say this. The thing is that me, I'm not afraid of what you're going to do to me.
I'm afraid of what I'm
afraid of what I'm gonna do to you.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid because I don't want to bring harm to you.
Yeah.
I want you to bring harm to me.
And that's not being a tough guy. No, that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah, if you force my hand, then I have no other choice.
That's it.
I have no other choice.
Like my man said, don't test my gangster.
Just don't do that.
Don't test the gangster because if you do, hey, you might not like it, and I sure ain't gonna like it because man, you got me in a situation that I don't want to be in. But I had to show you it wasn't going down like that.
Now it's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you. It's another thing that I left alone. I left the streets alone. When I say I left the streets alone, all that rep in the streets. Nah, when you locked up, the streets don't represent you.
Not at all.
When people ask me where I'm from, I don't tell them I'm from New York. Even though I told them today, but I don't tell them I'm from New York. Mm-hmm. I'm from all over.
Yeah.
I'm from all over. Because I don't want to claim something.
You that you have no
that's not gonna never go.
Yeah, it's not
gonna. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm representing. When I walk down the block, I represent myself.
Period.
I don't represent Brooklyn. I don't represent Queens. This is who I am. This is who I represent.
Gotcha.
No more. Y'all can have the streets. I'm done with it. You can have it.
I know that's my mentality, man.
You know what I mean?
Right, so look, cuz, man, we going to get out of here, man. I'm going to give you a chance to share anything that you want to share in closing. But before I get there, man, I just want to let you know, man, like I say, I'm proud of you, man. Keep your head up, man. It's good to see you when you came down here, and we definitely going to link up again.
You already know.
This coronavirus going to put us all on the hold. But I already told Cuzzo, like, when she get married, I'm going to be up there. Whether I got to wear a Missy Elliott suit.
I just finished talking to her. I was listening.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in New York for the wedding.
All right.
I don't care what the state of the world is, so we definitely going to link up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be there to support you, Teach. Just let us know when things is, when everything official. We're going to find a way. We're going to be there to support you, though. But like I say, cuz, know that I love you. I'm proud of you.
I love you too, cuz.
And I have no problem with saying that. You know what I mean? I love hard. You know what I mean? It ain't no punk. I'm secure, my man. I have no problem with telling another man I love him. You know what I mean?
Not at all. Because you know I love you. Because you my fan, man. You know I love you. You already know that.
Absolutely. And the same way, if I don't love you, if I can't stand you, hey, I have no problem telling you that either.
That's fact. We definitely speak our mind, though. With me, it might take.
You muted again, cuz. You muted yourself.
With you is this, cuz I came up with like a slogan, right? Whatever your dream is, make it your motivation. That's what I leave with you.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm gonna leave you with this. One of the comments say, viewer Beverly Tucker, she says, tell him that every day is an elevation. Keep taking those small wins.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So it ain't just me. Some of these viewers, bro, we all supporting you, man. We got
and I appreciate that. Tell them I'm listening. And because of them, I'm gonna take them small wins. I'm gonna take every last one of them small wins and win. That's
no doubt, man.
Because it's like people like me and other people. Facts.
Dude, I love you. I appreciate you taking the time out to do this, man. Because everybody's so comfortable talking about it. Man, I can't express to you how much this really means to me that you would do this, though, because that's what my show is about. Transparency, keeping it open, keeping it honest, keeping it 100, and trying to get information out there that can help people. Going through no matter what it is, whether they facing it right now, this episode might not be relevant to you now, but 5 years from now, you know, it might have some relevancy to you. So whatever way, I want the people to be able to be here, come on here, be heard, and understand that you're not alone. No matter what you're facing or what you're going through, you're not alone. And there's people out here that's rocking with you. You just gotta let it be known that, look, I need some support. You know what I mean? Humble yourself enough to say, look, I need some support right now. I need somebody to pat me on my back, whatever the case may be, because we all have those days. Everybody don't feel like Superman every day. I don't care how upbeat of a person you may be. people look at me like, Marv, you ain't never down. No, I'm not always up. Like sometimes I gotta get up to be who I am because I know other people are counting on me. But it doesn't mean that I always want to be who I am. You know what I mean? Right. So it's not always things. So those words of encouragement, they mean a lot. So I thank Bev for your comments. I thank Jen for her comments by her family. I thank all you guys that have viewed tonight, man. Much appreciation. And we definitely gonna do this again because I had so much other stuff that I wanted to cover. And I'm gonna definitely be doing, I'll probably wind up doing a series of these shows on this particular topic because I had other guests that I wanted to be on tonight to share some of their experiences too. So we will definitely be having more shows like this in the future. Having said that, man, I thank you guys for your time. I thank you, cuz. I love you. And as usual, in signing off, DeAndre and Lysa, know that daddy love you intentionally. I love you intentionally, but I also love you unconditionally. Until next week, peace.